Hey, what's good, y'all? It's your boy Sense, and you rocking with Common Sense Reactions. So, we got another one here today. This is Wack100 speaking on the Rowdy Rebel situation. I mean, this shit could get sticky, man. So I just hope everybody keep their level-headedness about them. Give me a second here. I'm gonna jump into the video. Here we go. We're gonna get straight into it.
Who's doing this thing out here? You see Rowdy Rebel? See what he said?
Who's that?
LA, suck my dick.
And he can't come back.
You don't think he can come back?
Him or anything tied to him, bet not.
Really?
See, it's one thing, right? He goes.
I'm gonna say, like that was like it was an unwise decision. I think Rowdy's like old enough to like, you know, be making decisions from his mind and not from his heart. You know what I'm saying? But I do understand that, like, yo, this is an emotional situation. Bro who took out Pop Smoke just came out. He's doing interviews everywhere. It's like the information's all the back up in the public and stuff. But you just came from LA, which means you have business out on this section of town, like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, unless that's the last piece of business that you ever want to do out here, it doesn't seem wise. And you guys are affiliated with a LA gang, you know what I mean? So like telling the whole of LA, inviting the entire city of LA to your nether regions is probably just is not, you know what I mean, just not advisable. But hey, let's see how it plays out. Wack says he's banned.
The little youngster from A. Trey Hoover already identified who he is. He identified who he is, what he did, and that's what it is. His name, all that, right?
You're talking about Blockstar?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's what I guess he's mad about that. This is how you know you got a mother don't understand what's going on, right? Rest in peace, Biggie, and rest in peace, Biggie Small.
Why this nigga's mouth so watery, bro? Like, somebody get this nigga like a cotton swab or something. You gotta put some cotton swab in the side of his cheeks, like Marlon Brando or some shit, cause like all of that mouth noise on the microphone is absolutely insane, bro. There's like, you sound like the Hawk Tour girl at this point. Like, this is going, like, you gotta chill, bro. What is going on? You overproducing saliva, my guy. This is wild.
If he would have directed it at Rowdy Rebel, at Blockstar,
Yeah.
or even the Hoovers,
Right.
that's isolated. Game got a song that says Crips, Bloods, Essays, Asians, white boys, Jamaicans. You just diss Paul Roos, all the Crip tribes, all the Blood tribes, the Sureños, right? Our Samoan, our Islanders tribe, they did. You said all LA, suck my dick.
And he did so at a time in which it feels like there's a lot more LA pride than we've seen in recent years.
Dude, so now he can never go on a flyer. Because now you said the whole blanket. And then who he tied to? He tied to the little wiggle dance dude, right?
Bobby Shmurda,
right?
Wiggle dance.
Now
Wiggle dance is crazy, bro. I was like, wiggle dance? Hold on, wiggle dance, dude. What? All right, cool.
There's some real shit. If they don't see him because they know that's Bobby Shmurda, man, like he put him on, it's a possibility they might trip.
My question is just, how motivated are you really telling me that LA residents, LA members would be, given that now the Hoovers totally understand that he's clearly making it clear he wants issues with the Hoovers.
What he said about the Hoovers, he said about LA.
If you see him at Rolling Loud, you're telling me that it's going to be at the front of your mind. He dissed LA. We are on it.
They're gonna flight him.
Really? Oh.
Bro, do you understand?
Nah, for sure. As an East Coast nigga residing on the West Coast, I could for 100% fact say that, like, the West Coast does not get down like the East Coast. Like, let me just like rephrase that because I don't want the East Coast to take it like offensively. Like, what the fuck you mean, man? Like, I just feel like there's a lot more unity and like a lot more coastal pride over here. Like, you know what I mean? The East Coast is kind of like a situation. It's like, yo, he wasn't talking about us. Like, we don't give, like, you know what I mean? Like, even if somebody was to be like, yo, fuck the East Coast, niggas would be like, nah, that nigga got a problem with Brooklyn, bro. It ain't got nothing to do with us. And if the man come through the hood and he spend a little money or blah, 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 like, they'll embrace him still. Like, you know what I mean? As long as he, like, you know, he associates with them and, like, he politics with them and stuff like that. It feels like a situation where they'd be like, yo, you wasn't talking about us type stuff. West Coast is a little bit different. Like, the whole culture here is like directed by gang culture. Like, you know what I'm saying? And the whole rules of the gang culture and everything like almost apply to the entire culture in general. Like, they take it as like, nah, this is us versus them now. Like, you feel me? I mean, East Coast used to be like that way back in the day. Like, I feel like, you know, the Pac days and Biggie days, it was a lot more like coastal pride, especially since, you know, the East was like creating a lot of the culture at that time. You know what I'm saying? But you know, now the East Coast kind of follows the rest of whatever's going on, whatever's trendy. You know, they're not really creating too much culture nowadays. I just dropped a comment about this somewhere on Instagram. Like, even like the drill culture in New York, if you want to say that's their culture right now, that's a culture that didn't come from them. Those beats are UK beats. Like, where you think all of those like slidey 808 boom, 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 that comes from something called dubstep. So, you know, when the UK niggas started making like gangster rap, they basically took the dubstep sound and then crossed it over with the Chicago drill sound. And if you listen to dubstep, that's all their basses do. Like, they're gritty bass lines that slide and do that, and they just crossed it over with hip hop. You understand? Like, they were already doing that to their own type of music called grime. You know what I mean? And then they grime like kind of evolved into drill, and then New York picked up on that UK drill movement and then started moving with it. Like, even how they dress, like the, you know, the little side bags and stuff like that, that's all UK fashion. Like, you know what I mean? So even in them having their own little wave or little movement, it's still been taken from somewhere else. Like, you know, New York stopped creating culture a while ago. I don't know how I got to that, but whatever. We're just gonna get back to the video because I'll do that. I'll go off on tangents. I'm sorry.
To make this jungle.
I don't underestimate everybody's willingness to stand up for their own tribe. I'm more just questioning the unity in the tribe as a whole, in terms of like everybody who's a part of the streets. For sure, I see the Hoovers standing on business for their unit.
How are you questioning something that's been going on for decades?
You don't see a lot of people dissing LA as a whole.
Yeah, but he did that.
I know.
Do you think LA as a whole is something to play with?
I don't know. I just don't see a lot of people dissing LA as a whole.
You know what that is? That is a reenact.
Because it's not smart. You know what I mean? Like, anybody who wants to continue making money in the entire USA is not going to diss the largest market in the USA. You know what I mean? It's just not smart. Like, I mean, let me rephrase that, because LA isn't the entire of California, but the West Coast kind of sticks together. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, like, anything Southern California might take it to the, like, you know what? Actually, let me not say that, because he did only diss LA. So I don't think Oakland and Richmond and stuff are going to have a problem with him, but they're not as, I don't think they're as large of a market as, like, Southern California. Like, you know what I mean? I'll think about it for a second, because there are a lot of big artists down from the, you know, from the north side of California, and they do have their own culture. They are very insulated. They have Thizzler, they have Empire Records, like, you know what I mean? But it's like, even when they get big, once they get big outside of their area, they have to travel to LA and stuff like that. So a lot of them develop a lot of relationships with niggas from LA and stuff like that. So it might even be a situation where a nigga from LA can see you got a show in Oakland and can make a call and be like, hey, yo, handle that for me. Like, not on some order shit, because Oakland niggas ain't taking orders from nobody. But it's just like, you know, if there's a relationship there, there'll be a situation where they can make a call, get something done to you. You feel me? It's California. Like, you know what I mean? California loves California. West Coast loves West Coast. You feel me? That's my baby coming in and out.
Of the Warriors. Everywhere you go, and you got to remember how this shit works. All our big brothers, sisters, nieces and nephews, kids work at LAX. Right? They sweep in, they ride around in little carts, back. So now you get off there, right?
That's how I got on the plane one time without an ID.
Listen,
They fucked with me at TSA.
we know all the black car drivers.
Why you snitching, Adam? Now somebody finna get in trouble. Somebody finna get fired because you wanna just like brag about your clout. You crazy, bro. Adam, they did you a solid, bro. Why would you do that, bro? You think they can't find out? You think they can't go scroll back? Hey, when did this nigga travel within the last year? We gotta see when there was no documented ID swipe through this motherfucker. I'm just playing. I doubt to do all that.
The valet parking people, the people at the desk, the people in the lot. So now, whenever you get here, people gonna know. Whatever hotel you go to, people gonna know. Lord forbid you rent the wrong Airbnb, we'll know. And if you can't go on the club flyer, the promoters is like, nah, we can't with you, bro. They gonna tear this shit up. I don't even understand why he did that.
I don't understand either, especially because Rowdy Rebel is somebody who previously has seemed like he has a very good reputation on the street level.
I mean, I'm gonna be real. I feel for Bobby's murder.
Right. I wonder how he feels about it.
Because
how tight they are.
He really come out here, and I'm pretty sure he got some relationships, and I think he understands it. I don't know, like, what dude, and then it's like, for you to do that, and then you did it leaving.
Yeah.
So
That's
like
what's crazy
coward
about it.
shit.
Yeah. That's weird.
I don't
Hard to
get
wrap
it.
your head around. Like, what?
He says hard to wrap your head around. Yeah, nah, that's definitely it was an emotional decision. I don't think once again, from the perspective of a guy who heavily invests in the sidewalks. Like, you know what I mean? I am not a street ninja by any means, but you know, like, just like how I could sit on my couch and say, oh man, LeBron should have made that three. And that's my opinion as a fan, and I'm allowed to give my opinion. I'm gonna do the same with any topic that comes across the internet, because it's the internet, you feel me? And with the ninjas that I've been associated with in my life, the people that I've been around, the solid individuals that I've been around, that just doesn't seem like anything I would ever see them do. Like, it's like either you're gonna stand on your business, which means like you're gonna say it when you touch down and you finna roll around the city, or you're not gonna say it at all. Like, you know what I mean? I don't get this whole new trolling generation and like saying things to get responses but really not being about it. Like, you might post a video of you standing on somebody's block or whatever, but you posted it like 3 days after you left. And it's like, what is the point of all of that? Like, I don't get it. Like, what are you trying to do? Are you trying to antagonize these dudes to come out to New York so that y'all can handle them? Is that like what the move is? Because yeah, that's not. I don't see anybody being that stupid. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're not gonna antagonize these guys into getting on a plane and flying to the East Coast just to prove a point with you, my guy. Like, that's not gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? You're just gonna ban yourself from LA, and that's it. That's it.
Oh no.
It's like a lot.
Atlanta the same way.
It's like a lot of like New York dudes who feel that glare from the public, where they feel like they're supposed to make a statement, do something to let everybody know how they feel about that shit.
Again, he could have isolated it, and people would have understood. Let's keep it real. When it comes to Pop Smoke, you don't see the whole LA commenting on it.
Right.
You don't see it.
But a little bit. You do see some of those Hoovers, and I'm willing to bet that there's Hoovers dissing Pop Smoke that we don't necessarily notice that he gets to see all the time. Right. But you know what they're going to do? They're going to turn Pop Smoke into, like, the anti-Hoover demon that they are going to, like, they're going to, like, mention him and put him in songs. I totally understand him going at the Hoover card, and that's dangerous because he has an individual he can direct it at, right? Yeah.
This guy. But bro, you just went at everything that makes up our streets. You went at. Where the you gonna go? You never know who's in the store, who's in the McDonald's. You sitting over there eating with a chick, dropping pins, taking pictures. Like, I don't understand what that move was. And then I'm gonna be real.
Sounds like a bad plan.
He's not a voice for New York.
Very bad plan. Very, very poorly thought out, very poorly executed plan. I don't think it was a plan at all. I think it was just a opportunity to get himself in the social media cycle, have people talking about him, and it's working. But as far as to what is going to garner him in terms of income and stability, I can't. I'm having a hard time foreseeing how this ends well for him. You know what I'm saying?
I got a lot of comrades in New York. This is not something that I feel should ever become a Cali, New York thing because of one individual. This is him. I don't think all of New York is jacking that.
No. And good use of the word jacking. That's New York slang.
Yeah, I know. Shout out to my boy Zine. I love that from Zine, man.
I respect that.
Yeah.
You gotta say, word to my dead.
No.
That's what they say.
No, they say all kind of shit.
Smoking on deads.
Ketchup, mustard.
Do they say that?
They say that.
That's some like third on base, first on base.
I've never not once heard a nigga in New York say ketchup mustard. Like, you gotta just stick to West Coast shit, bro. That's not you, my guy. Anyhow, this video's almost over. So Rowdy, I don't know what to say to you, bro. Like, I don't know. And I agree with these guys. I don't think it's gonna turn into a New York thing. I think all the guys in the West Coast are gonna be like, "Fuck is he on?" Like, you know what I mean? And then anybody tied to that movement is gonna have problems every time they come to LA, and that's just gonna be it. But I don't think it's ever gonna get to a point again where it becomes a West Coast East Coast thing. I don't think there's too many ties on each side. Like, they already went through that. They already went through that struggle. So anyhow, you already know what it is. Common Sense Reactions. I'm out. Peace.